Did you know that those that have excessive weight gain actually show a connection to mindless eating? And this connection with mindless eating tends to keep us in our bad habits for a lifetime if we don't intuitively eat in the right way. What if I told you you can actually intuitively eat your favorite foods and keep the weight off and prevent weight gain in the future? If this sounds interesting to you, make sure to stick around to the end so that you can stop mindless eating in its tracks for good. Now, our first way to intuitively eat effectively is to make sure that we're eating low-calorie, high-volume foods like protein, veg, and fruit. Research shows that when we eat high-volume foods like protein, veg, and fruit, we're actually able to keep ourselves more satisfied throughout the day so that we can prevent overeating. Now, our second way to intuitively eat effectively is to include more protein in each of the meals that we eat in the day. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When we start off with a high protein breakfast, it helps to set the tone for our day so that we can make good choices in the day. Of course, including more protein in our lunch and dinner is going to be as effective as including more protein in our breakfast. This can actually help us to make better choices when we go to snack. Instead, we're able to grab a healthier option, and again, we won't be as hungry. Now, our third way to intuitively eat is to drink more water. And of course, I say this in all of my videos, but drinking more water is just that important. We need to make sure that we are keeping ourselves full. Just like with all these tips that I've mentioned, it's very important that when we have enough water in our system, we can prevent ourselves from eating until we're full. Not only is water super important for helping us to keep ourselves satisfied, it's also great for helping us to improve our hydration levels and decrease cravings, which is so important for preventing that excess calorie consumption. And our fourth way to intuitively eat is to increase our cardio. Now, this may sound kind of weird since we're on the topic of eating, but like I've said in my previous videos, cardio is super important for helping you to decrease that appetite. Those that do cardio are actually more in tune with their hunger cues, and when we increase our activity level, when we go to eat, we'll actually be eating less. So let's say we burned 600 calories in our workout. When we go to eat a meal, we'll only be eating about half of that back. This makes it very effective to stay in a calorie deficit and help us to see results over time. All four of these ways to intuitively eat can help us to see results over time. However, if you don't have good habits for staying consistent, the next thing that I want you to work on is to practice consistency and take responsibility over your life. So make sure to check out my latest video on the best ways to stay consistent in the long run.